Episode 97. So Martin tells his grandparents Smitty won't talk to him unless it's about the kids. And Smitty tells him he has to prove that he's ready to be honest. Whatever that means, not quite sure, but Martin thinks that part of that is going to his mom and telling her about Bill Hamilton and Joey's part in this issue about Kenny meeting his demise. And he feels like if he comes clean to his mom about all of that, that Smitty will decide to come back. I don't think it's that easy. Next, Martin tells Nicole that Kenny made his presence known to him and the kids, and that it was taken care of, and that Bill made sure he never would. He tells her Bill got help from Joey, Detective Malone, and Jacob's dad, the chief. He asked if she heard about the body in the park, and Nicole asks Martin, did he do that? And Martin tells her he didn't know till after the fact. And so then he goes on to tell her that Vernon was in the dark as well. And then Nicole blames it all on Bill Hamilton. Shocking. Next, Naomi wants to know from her grandparents what's going on with Martin. She says she's been hearing rumblings from Jacob that something's going on major with him. And so she's coming to them to find out what's going on, because when she went to Martin, he tells her everything's okay, and she knows it's not. So and Anita and Vernon looks at her like, well, we really can't tell you. It's a legal matter. And then she says, oh, because I'm married to a police officer. Yeah. Next, Martin tells his mother that another reason he didn't tell her was because he wanted to run for president, and he knew that if he told her that that would basically be out the door, which it was out the door anyway, but in his mind, if he told her, he knew that she would make him come clean and basically confess. So he tells her he should have faced his consequences instead of letting others handle it. And I mean, again, like I said, it's double-sided, because on one hand, yeah, that sounds good, but on the other hand, if he did so, he would have faced some major consequences. And yeah, I mean, morally, yeah, he should have said something, but I mean, realistically, yeah. Next, Tomas tells Eva he doesn't care that she can't find the book, because she's looking for that little raggedy dragon fantasy book that they're always talking about. And he tells her there's nowhere he wants to be. And I know I said in the last video, oh, Tomas is making me mad. He's making me so angry because he's playing games. And it's so obvious that he's doing that. So he and Eva begins to kiss again. And yeah, he's trying to get lucky. Maybe he does have a better connection with Eva, so maybe that's why he's so willing to just let everything, hey, let the chips fall where they may. Next, Vernon gives Naomi $1 and says he's retaining her as his lawyer. And Naomi says she's bound by attorney-client privilege not to tell Jacob. So Vernon begins to tell her about that fateful night 2 years ago. And yeah, he goes into the story of what happened. Next, Tomas and Eva is in the bed and they're kissing, and he's not running like he did with Kat. So Eva tells him she can't, and she says Kat has been accusing her of sleeping with her boyfriend, and she's not that girl. And Tomas tells her that he and Kat are not exclusive. So Eva's like, does she know that? And see, this is the part that makes me mad with Tomas, because I think he said something like that before, where to Eva, that he's not exclusive with Kat. But then when he gets with Kat, he's not talking like that. He's talking like he is exclusive with her. So that's misleading and it's very sneaky. And I don't blame Eva. She's basically telling him she does not want to be his side chick. She wants to be the main. And I don't blame her. She should. They get a knock at the door, and it's Kat, and she's telling Eva she knows she's in there and that she needs to talk to her. Next, Nicole goes to Bill's house and calls him a murderer in front of Haley, and Bill dismisses Haley and tells Nicole has she lost her mind saying that in front of Haley. And I think at that point, Miss Righteous Nicole could care less. She wanted Haley to hear it. She knew what she was doing. Next, Jacob asks Martin, is he okay? And he says Smitty told him he was having problems with a strange guy, and Martin assures him he's okay. And then he tells him anything else is between him and Smitty. So Jacob lets him know that Smitty was being standoffish when he asked him questions as well. And he said that the response that Smitty gave him was very similar to what Martin is giving him. His spidey senses are going off, and he says that it's making him suspicious. And then Martin makes himself even more suspicious by telling Jacob, well, I gotta go. And next, Vernon and Anita tells Naomi that Bill, Joey, Detective Malone made sure that the threat was eliminated, and Vernon tells her he didn't realize that there's nothing the fixer won't do. And I think that's wrong of Vernon to say that, and especially to Bill's daughter. That's wrong, because even though Vernon says that he's not about violence, he had to know that Bill was going to eliminate the threat by any means necessary. So to sit there and say that it's all on Bill, that's not right. Next, Nicole tells Bill she knows the whole story, and Bill tells her they can keep blaming him or deal with reality. He lets her know how would Martin have truly fared if he went to trial for killing a racist, and especially a white man. He would have lost his congressman position and went to prison. So Bill lets her know he's the one who saved her baby boy, not her. Ooh, burn. All right, Bill. Next, Kat sees Tomas in Eva's hotel room, and Tomas tells her he's just there to borrow the book he told her about. And see, that's what I'm talking about. Tomas is playing games. Now, he just told Eva that he was going to tell the truth and not hide anymore, and that he and Kat are not exclusive. Well, if that's the case, why are you explaining? Why are you explaining? You would have just been like, okay, I'm here, and so, but I don't owe you any explanations. But he hurried up and came out with the explanations. So he's full of crap. Kat tells him to stay, and she leaves. Next, Tomas tells Eva he should have hid in the bathroom. And see, no, he didn't. So Eva says she thought he wasn't exclusive and he didn't want to hide anymore. Exactly. But when Kat came, he acted like he was caught cheating. Like I said, he's playing games. He wants his cake and he wants to eat it too. So Eva tells him she's glad they put it on a break before it got messy. And then Tomas tells her he cares about her. There he go with that sad old tired Casanova line, because he's been caught. And he's so full of crap. Next, Kat tells Martin she caught Tomas in Eva's hotel room. And Martin asks her, is she sure Tomas was cheating? And then she lets him know that she's not sure, but then Martin tells her that because if she was, he was going to go over there in breakup mode. I guess, like, well, he wasn't going to put hands on him, but I guess tell him about himself. So Kat tells him all men cheat except for him. And, this is not a good look for Tomas because the reason why she held on to her virginity for so long was because she didn't trust men. Well, I'm not going to say she didn't trust men, but she wanted to make sure she got a good man. Because at the time, she idolized her dad and her mom's relation, or their marriage, and she wanted to make sure that she had the same type of relationship when she became intimate. And here it is. Tomas is just proving to her that she was right to hold her virginity. And I know she's glad she didn't mess with him because this dude is so full of it. Next, Bill tells Nicole it's on Vernon, who wanted to keep up a pristine family image. But does a pristine man need to fix her? That's what he asks her. And he got her with that. So Bill says he became an enabler for Vernon. And Nicole tells him to stay away from her son and her family. Always the dramatic. And Bill says that they came looking for him. Exactly. I don't blame Bill. He clapping back. He letting them know, nope, you're not going to put all this on me. So Nicole tells him she's the fixer now. Yeah, we'll see about that, Nicole. We'll see. Next, Naomi tells her grandparents that Jacob is putting the pieces together and that they should prepare for the worst because they could be charged as accessories. And that's true, but they better hope that doesn't happen because that's like one of the few things they're going to have to worry about. One of the bigger things they're going to have to worry about is Joey Armstrong. So hopefully for them, it doesn't get to that point. And that ends the episode.